Hey guys, today I'm going to review the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro. A big thanks to Soundpeats for sending in this review unit, but all the thoughts and opinions you're about to hear are my own. So the price of the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro is $80, but if you're watching this video now, in the starting few days of the sale and the launch, then you can get it for as low as $60. And if you do not want to watch the whole video, then I think so for the price of $60, these are really good because let's talk about the specs about it a bit. So this is how it looks, right? The Soundpeats Air 5 Pro, and it looks really good. It has that Airpods look. It is a stem style earbud. Not everyone will like it, and the case is quite small. This is the pairing button, USB-C, and yeah. So this is the case. It's quite small and pocketable. Now, what makes the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro really good is the LE audio support and your Snapdragon audio support. Yes, you heard it right. I think so. This is one of the few earbuds which has Snapdragon audio at around the $60 price point. So that's a really big deal because Snapdragon audio does open a lot of opportunities for high audio codecs if you have a supported device. And it also supports Bluetooth LE audio, which is a low latency audio. That is fantastic. And it also supports LDAC, which is high res, and it supports the high res codec. So that's really nice, especially for the price of $60. And it also has support for your LHDC. Now, talking about the features, so I'll just put some screenshots of the app in the screen so you can just see it. So it has your basic features, which is your transparency, ANC, and normal mode. The ANC is surprisingly good for the price of $60 because it does attenuate a lot of the low hums, engine noises, and everything like that. So if you're walking around and you hear a lot of engine noises and your AC, all those noises does come down a lot easier. So I was quite surprised by that. Yes, it doesn't do that well with voices. It's only $60, but it does a decent or a good job for ANC at the $60 price point. Talking about the transparency mode was good for the price. You can hear your surroundings, you can hear someone speak when they near you, and that works quite good too. Now, the isolation, if you select the right tips, even without ANC, was very good for me, but it'll depend as to for you as to how your ear anatomy is. For me, with the larger tips, the just the isolation without any ANC was really good with this, and the fit was perfect. Now, it also has gaming mode, and there is also EQ options. Now, talking about the EQ options, I'll just talk about it later when I talk about in the sound section. So I'll just leave that in the sound section. And also you can update the app from the settings. Let's talk about the sound now. So the sound of the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro is quite V-shaped. It would be very boomy for you when you use it outside the box. But I highly suggest that after getting this, you update the app. You update the app, which is a Beats Audio app, and you update the Air 5 Pro and install the latest firmware. After that, go to the EQ section and select the adaptive EQ and use that. So adaptive EQ is basically plays some tones at different frequency ranges, and you have to select which you can hear and which you cannot. So for me, that has worked the best, and it works really good. And I highly suggest that you do that at night when it is very quiet around you. So because they play the notes at different frequencies, you might not hear it properly if you do it in a noisy environment. And after you do that, I think so these sound really good. So all my sound impressions are based on that because out of the box it's quite boomy, bassy, and I didn't like it that much. But with the adaptive EQ, it works really well, and it does bring out the bass a lot. And with that, it sounds quite good for the $60 price point. I would say it sounds very much closer to the Moondrop Chew 2. If you've used that IM, it's a $20 IM, and it sounds really good for that $60 price point. The bass is quite nice. It's sub bass oriented, so you hear that lot of boominess from the sub bass, and the mid bass is a bit lacking over here, but it's still quite good. The male vocals are decent, nothing great over here, but I think the female vocals are really good over here and they perform really well. So female vocals like Yeroshka, they they come across really well in the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro. And talking about the treble too is done really nicely, surprisingly. Like you would not expect a TWS at around the $50, $60 price point to sound to have treble this good. And I think so that's the better part of the Air 5 Pro is the treble is done and handled really well because it's not peaky, it's not too on your face. With the adaptive EQ, I think so it does a good job of handling the frequency range to your hearing. And if you do not find that if EQ to your taste, you can also just use a normal EQ which Soundpeats has, and that's quite good too. So yeah, I think so. Soundpeats has done a fantastic job again with this budget pair of earbuds. I leave the link down below. It has all the discount codes and all the coupon codes, especially for the launch prices. So for the few days in the launch, you'll get that price, which will be around $60. And I always say that regardless of how much, like let's say you own a $2,000 IM, I still always say that please have a TWS in your collection. Uh, a decent 150 to $60, or depending on how much you want to spend on it, $100, because it's always nice to have something portable so that even if you don't have access to your IEMs, you can always listen to some music. And the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro has been my main for the past few days, and this has been really good. Obviously, please do EQ it because with the EQ, it sounds really good. So yeah, for the price, that's my review of the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro. Like and subscribe. 94% of the people watching this video aren't subscribed, so I would really appreciate if you could. That helps me out a lot. I hope you have a great day. Bye.